Okay, hello, welcome to this new video. I think everything is fine. You're recording my voice. That's great. So first of all, sorry because I was not able to do another video in the last couple of weeks. I think it has been quite a long time. But here I am. So let's do a Vlang video. And let's make this something actually more useful to people and for me, which would be reading and running and learning B from the examples B provides. Okay, as of right now, which is October 4th, 2023, B is on 0.4 beta version, so it's simple, fast, safe, compiled for developing maintainable software. Okay, 35,000 stars in GitHub. So these are the, I didn't figure this. I don't know what this bird is beery, which I don't know what it is. I think I don't remember what that is. So it's for, I built for VS Code, IntelliJ, BIM, Emacs, right? And Sublime. So I don't know about you, but the best IDEs that I know of is IntelliJ. It's not perfect. It uses too much memory, but still, I'm used to that, so that's what I have been using. That's why I will continue using. Suggest me something like that. I want mainly an IDE in which you can do the following, which is simple. Control click, and it goes from where it should go. Control click, it's here. Control click, it's here. Control click, whatever. That's a must-have. So by the way, I'm recording at a lower resolution because that's my current setup is that way because that allows me to work in some projects. But let me know if that's not good enough for you, and I will try to improve on that for next video. But I guess I can now increase the size of the font here a bit to 10 probably, so you can better read what's going on. That's better, I guess. Okay, so the plan for today is actually learning from the B examples. And why we need more programming languages. Why do we need more programming languages? There's lots of programming languages. Well, I like, for example, to give you an example, I like Kotlin because I am an Android developer. I can do Android apps. It's a better Java and all that. It's fast. The problem with Kotlin is that it uses too much memory. And that's the same problem with Java, right? The perfect language for me would be something like Kotlin that uses the memory that a lot less memory, like the memory C++ uses. That would be the perfect language. And the alternatives for that right now are actually have that here because I was asking ChatGPT about that. These are apparently the alternatives to that. So I was asking it about which languages are fast and can be replaced to C++. And then I asked D versus NIM versus SIG versus Vlang. Which is when to use which. So I don't even know what D is. I have heard of NIM. I haven't used it. I have heard of SIG. I think SIG is probably a good competitor to Vlang, and then of course Vlang. So we now are focused on Vlang, but probably in the future I will also focus on these other three, just to see how good they are, if they are supported in IntelliJ or not. So for example, to check that, we will do a D, NIM, and SIG IntelliJ plugin search. I think I have installed those previously, but I haven't use them. So settings, plugins. So here you go, nim and sig. I don't know how good this is. This is just basic syntax highlighting. While B, I think has more than that, right? Support for the B language, which is better. I think the syntax highlighting, support for the SIG language. So SIG and B, I think, have better support than nim. The other is D. D language, I guess. It doesn't have in marketplace should I search, right? D language. Oh. Support for the language, also support for the build tool. The D language is a custom language plugin for IntelliJ that provides an IDE integration for the D language. It adds syntax highlighting, auto completion, integration, common D tools, and experimental debugging support with GDB. Okay, let's install it. And if you know of other languages, what kind of languages we are looking for in this channel? We're looking for clean C++. Or low memory Kotlin or low memory use Java, and that's what we are looking for. That we can, so it's fast, it uses low memory, and it's concise and easy to writing, and it's not very hard to write, and has some level of included batteries like lists, for example. That would be kind of cool, but if that doesn't, that can be a flexible requirement. Okay, so like a modern C, something like that. Okay, because those are the languages that are really, really promising, right? Okay, so IntelliJ, we're here, and let me see if I can open some of the things that I have around here. B. Okay, B examples. So here we have all sorts of examples written in B, which we need to read them in order for us to learn them, right? By the way, I was playing this 2048 video game. I actually, to tell you something, an update, was able to build an APK, as you can see right here, and run it on my Android phone. How do you do that? You would ask. It's called BAB. So lowercase b, a, and uppercase, and it's not lowercase like this. I don't know. English is not my language. This b, then a, and then this b, whatever. So so it's BAB, right? And let me see if I can show it to you right here. So it needs the. Let's upgrade my system. So it needs the Android SDK and the Android NDK. So let me actually show it to you in GitHub. I think it is BAB Vlang, I guess. Okay, so here we have Android B Android Bootstrapper. This is what I'm talking about. I think it's not very polished yet, but I was able to do this first one right here. I was able to run that. I don't know if I can show you my phone. Let me see. So that's promising for that as well, since I am an Android developer, as I mentioned. So here you go. I don't know if the camera can catch this. It's too much brightness, I guess. Oh, at an angle probably. So, but it's running, actually running, right? Let me lower the brightness a bit. I think it has too much brightness. Oh, that's better. So, I mean, the animations are not very great, but this is pretty cool. I don't even know what it uses under the hood. I was good. I actually was able to achieve a high score on this one. I took a screenshot of it. Let me see if I can show it to you. Screenshot 20,344. That's my score. 1,198 moves. Well, I was trying to achieve more than the 200 and whatever tile, 2048 tile. So that's my record, my best score. Try to beat me, and if you beat me, let me know. Okay, so this is how to use this BAB tool. And actually, I'm surprised. I don't know how many developers work developing B. I think it has lots of features, but I think probably, I don't know if the speed of development is that fast. But anyways, so let's now check and try to remember how B worked. Okay. So this is the project I was trying to work the last time, like exploring B and so on. I don't remember a lot. I have bad memory, but I think I can remember it if I do some tests. So if I run it, I'm getting oh, hello world, true false, program finished. Okay, what is this doing? It was prime numbers. It was finding prime numbers or benchmarking prime numbers, if I remember correctly. So this is a way of finding primes. And I don't remember really what this is. So first here, this is the loop that finds primes or calculates primes. Is that correct? And here it tells you if the current number is or not prime. Right? Yes. And this is just a hack that I just accessing the random piece or part of it. Yeah. So it's great. So let's go to the B homepage right here, vlang.io. Vlang, should I call it Vlang? I think should call Vlang, right? Because if you only call it B, then just one letter is not enough to search it and all that. So Vlang would be it. Okay. So what do we want to do with B? We want to do easy to read, easy to write software that runs fast, compiles fast, and is written in a simple language. Okay? So it enables us to write all sorts of types of software. Okay? Okay. Okay. So let's actually dive into the code. Okay, let's open this file. Let's try to open it and then copy the source code, like Control-A, Control-C, and then I'll paste it here in IntelliJ. I think I will delete all this code, right? Because this was just for benchmarking and doing all that, or not. I'll move it to a file that I will call learning.b. Learning.b. The .c is like muscle memory for me now. So we will Control X and Control B right here. Okay, great. So now we will, is it saved? That's not. So copy, have to copy again. By the way, if you want a simple text editor for Linux, I recommend you using mousepad. This is good. Okay, for some reason I use it. I don't remember the reason, but it's likely because another couple of text editors didn't work. Okay, so okay, so the naive approach would be to try to run this to see what happens, right? The module is still main at top. It doesn't have the module main at the top, so I think it should have the module main, right? Module main, is that correct? So forgive me if I don't remember how to be. Oh yeah, of course, it's a redefinition because I have this other function main right here and I cannot have two main functions, right? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Okay. It works but doesn't have the numbers. Okay, so I think the problem with this is this has some fonts missing right here, right? Yeah. I remember this. I remember. And it's not here either. Where it is outside here in assets. Font. Okay. So in assets. It's in assets. Well, yeah, that's not bad to not duplicate the assets, right? So we will copy that and then what assets do we need specifically? We don't want to copy all the things that we don't need, right? So is this not running, right? Let me make me a bit smaller. Oops. Okay. It's running actually, I think, but how can I stop it? I think it's not running. Okay. So somewhere around here should be searching for a file, probably font file. Okay, is roboto mono regular. Okay. Oh, if Android, otherwise is an asset. The base is one directory. Okay, I guess this can be renamed to assets. Should I keep that? Okay, or should I create something here like a new directory, which I will call assets. Which has to be okay. Here is assets. So this means we can delete this. And then font. Let's just, I'm trying to be minimal here, right? And try to understand how the code works. Fonts. Okay. Now we have to move roboto mono regular to here, which should be easy, right? Okay. Assets, fonts, roboto mono regular. Can I do a drag and drop, or can I just copy here? Or can I paste it here? Can I do that? Yes, apparently. Okay. Let's rerun it and see if now it renders the font. Oh, it's not working. Font not initialized. But yeah, the thing is, where is this running it from? That is the thing. So where is this thing running it from? Because probably it's running from bean, right? In that case, I would need actually this again, right? Because it goes out of bean and enters on assets and font. There you go. So I understood how it worked, which is important when you're coding. So now it works, and now we kind of have a handle of all the code we need to make this sample work as expected. So I'm playing it. It's a simple game, but it's a really nice game. You should play it as well. I like playing games. I'm not a like big hardcore gamer or something like about that, but I like to play some games. Recently, I was playing 8-Ball Pool on Android. If you play that, let me know so we can maybe play together. I am also playing FIFA on PS4. What FIFA is it? FIFA 22. So this here's my PS4. I can show the controller, right? That's also a great game, and those are basically all the games I play. But yeah, I like playing games. I don't like playing a wide variety of games. I like just stick to what I find really useful. I will try to move faster here so I can probably lose sooner. Let's see if I can. Let's see how far I will go on this. I don't have a very well thought strategy for this, right? But yeah, so far I think I'm not that bad. I'm trying to play fast, right? And you will judge. Of course, probably if you run this on your computer, it will show a smaller UI. The reason being that I'm running low resolution. I'm running like, I don't know. I'm not running HD. I'm running less than HD. Oh, I don't like this. Have to move it here, go back. Oh. Okay, so this is my kind of a strategy, and I think I am about to lose. No, I recovered, which is great, of course. Yeah. So there we go. Yes, nice game. If you, as I told you, and the same is the same code for Android, right? You just run the command from the GitHub page I showed you, which is the BAB, which means B Android Bootstrapper, and it's not very polished, as I told you. I have not tested it extensively, but so far so good. It worked. I have to test it with more examples, but this sample has to be one of my favorites. So graphics, these 2D graphics are great to have. Really, really great to have. So I will move even faster. Okay, I will just basically type random, almost random directions right here. Okay, I cannot keep with the game, I think. So okay. Okay, game over. 5,000. So it works. It works. Okay. I have to show how much memory it uses. That's also important. So it's B2048. Where is it? Where is this? This is right. Main. Because the module is called main. Right. So it's using 82 megabytes. I don't think that's too much. That's not too little. But maybe when we learn more about B, we can reduce that. Probably. Okay, so let's jump to the code. Enough of whatever we were doing. Let's jump to the code. Okay. Low res coding. Great. So, how many lines of code, first of all? Almost 1,000 lines of code. 937 lines of code. Okay? Can we go through all that? I don't know. Okay, so let's. This would be like the C-like thing, like structure. So you put your main function at the bottom and then you go to the top. I don't like that very much. I would rather prefer the main function at the top. Will B allow for that? I think it allows for that, right? So let's rewrite it, give this thing a bit of class. But okay, it has an struct as well. Should the struct be below the code? Should it be above the code? I don't know. For now, I will put my main function right here. We will debate about this. We'll check later. Leave your comments and all that. How you prefer your code to be organized. So let's run it again to see if it keeps working, right? Yeah, it keeps working. It keeps working. Okay. So it starts by opening an app thing. Probably these GX and GG are for graphics. I have to guess, right? If we go to app, this is struct. So the struct app. Okay, so it's a good idea to have it destruct near what we're running. So okay, so it creates an app object or an abstract, right? I guess. And here it has a MUT, which I guess means mutable. Here we have a GG, which means a GG context. This is our variable names, as far as I can tell, right? And this is what I like about IntelliJ. If you know of any IDE, then when you do control click, it shows like these handy dialog with all the instances where this code is being used. Let me know. I mean, let me know if you have an IDE that does that and is free. And supports B, right? So that's why I use IntelliJ, but IntelliJ is memory hungry, so that's a drawback. But okay, that's how to have the price I have to pay for having these. Okay, so have GG, which is GG context. It says unsafe nil. Okay, this GG is inside the B, so GG from here is some sort of a graphic thing, right? Let's open the README of this GG thing. GG is B's simple graphics module, okay? It is currently implemented using Socol and makes easy creating apps that just need a way to draw simple 2D shapes and react to users' keyboard or mouse input. Not bad, because it works on Android. So I don't know what Socol is. So let's ask the almighty ChatGPT. Okay. What is Socol in the context of programming? I don't know, maybe there's someone named Socol. I don't know. Okay. Socol GFX is a 3D graphics API abstraction that allows developers to create graphics applications with easy support various backend, including OpenGL, Direct3D, Metal, and Vulkan. Oh my god. So this is what we were talking about. So-called GFX. Does this have a GitHub page? So, sorry, I'm doing detective work here. Have to do it. So, so-called multi-threaded, so most stars. No, it's not something very popular, I guess. Oh, it's written in C. Cross platforms for C and C++ written in C. See what's new. Leave examples. Doom shareware. Learn OpenGL. DRM GUI. Looks good. GL Metal Directory 3D. So that means almost every operating system, right? Blog post, I mean, simple modern wrapper around GL ES3, WebGL 2, GL 3.3. Not bad. Okay, this is written in C. But then we have our B thing, right? It also has audio, so-called audio. Okay. So-called fetch, load files, or stream data synchronously over HTTP, or the local system, file system. Okay. So-called time, so-called args. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so that's what so-called is. So we were in what GG is. Okay, it uses so-called and can do keyboard mouse input. Okay, so import GG and import GX. So GX I think is something related to GG, right? Of course. Then you have to context, which means I guess the size of the window, and the window title, right? The RGB, like the colors, the background color, which are RGB, red, green, blue. Then you have a frame, I think. Frame function, you define the frame function, like what will be called to update the frame, right? The screen buffer, whatever it's called. Not an expert in that, but know some of it. So, okay, so that's GG. Touch info. It says start touch and touch position and time. Okay. So all those structs are defined in this file. Sounds good. Can I send all this to ChatGPT and ask it to improve it? Let's see. I don't know, maybe it's too much, too long for it. Improve it. Okay. It looks like the provider is going to be language. However, it seems that you want some improvements. Could you please clarify specific improvements? Yes, I want it to be easier to read and to use the least amount of lines possible. Is that a good request? Okay. By the way, this is not the paid version. I used to have the paid version, but that expired. I stopped. I was not using it very much, so I canceled the paid version. But yeah, this is so the free version of ChatGPT, right? So, well, it's doing something, right? It's organized and more concise. Functions using variable names and removes redundant comment. Okay. Sorry. So it puts the main function again at the bottom. Okay. Okay. I have to be against everyone here. I don't even know what this is. Okay, it didn't actually do all the code. Show all the complete code. Oh. Um, will it work? I don't know. I don't think so, right? I don't think it will work. Resize your rabbit is not showing, it doesn't understand, it doesn't want to. Or it's programmed. Or capped by the owners of this. Whatever, it didn't work. It's not as smart. I don't know if the big version or the paid version would work. It's not that good either, so it's better than this one, have to be fair, but it's not very, very good. So, right, so that's main. That's app. So app basically is in a struct, like C structs, but with more concise, cleaner syntax, of course. And you're not using type def. That's first one. The second one, you're not using semicolon at the end of the line, right? And you can actually do some more integrations and do better, as well as the import statements are also better and C, of course. So okay, UI theme from theme 0. What's themes? So we have themes here. Can we check what those themes are? So apparently we have 3 themes. 3 themes. I don't know. I think I'm pronouncing a team, like team of sports team, but I want to say theme. Okay, so sorry, not an expert in English language either. So let's use another theme. Instead of 0, let's use theme 1. Let's run it. Oh, I didn't know this. You know why it's a good idea to read the code. You figured these things out. So this is black or dark mode. Okay, I remember there was another theme. Okay, so let's try to find that. Themes 2. Oh, I don't know what's the difference. Yeah, it has a bit different colors, I guess. Okay, so right, it's also great. I'm not valuing the compile time. Okay, I'm gonna press it now. I pressed it, and there, compiled and running a graphical app on an old hardware machine like mine. That has to be a great feature. Compile time has to be one of the great features of B, and it is the fastest compiler, right? The fastest compile language, I would say. Of course, it's from B, but also for building itself, it requires less than 1 second. That's insane. But I also want to what I want to find is the compilation against Seek, which I think Seek was 10 seconds and B was 0.6 seconds or something. But I don't remember where it was, probably around here. It's not around here. So Vlang completion speed. Oh, here it is. Oh, of course, this is not the best test, but still, it shows something. C takes 5 seconds, C++ 1 minute, Sig 10 seconds. So Sig is fast, but BE is like 15 times faster, right? Nim 45 seconds. D segfold after 6 minutes. Okay. So of course this is the benchmark that's taken the best of BE, right? But I think it actually proves a good point. Is that it's simple, and simple is elegant, and simple is easy to improve, and simple is easy to write in. So to the B developers, you should make it as robust as possible so it can outcompete the other more robust languages, right? I don't know how robust is B. I don't know if it has bugs. I don't know. But if it doesn't have bugs or doesn't have lots of bugs, then it's a great language. I have to tell you that. It's a great language. Okay, so yeah, compilation speed, great. And these slow machine, right? If you have, I don't know, an i9 or a 13 gen Intel or a, I don't know, AMD Series 7000 chips or whatever you have, will be a lot faster than my computer. But it's great. And the reason I use this computer, I probably told you this in one of the previous episodes, is because I have a faster computer. I have an AMD desktop, big one with 32 gigabytes of RAM and all that. But the reason I'm on this one is that I want to keep using efficient software, because I think that's elegant. That's my philosophy of using efficient, clean software and all that. So it should work relatively smooth in this hardware, and then I can say that's a way for me to judge if that's good or not, or bad software, right? And the B is good, great compilation speed. So compilation speed, I think, is king of the compilation speed of the world right now. Okay, so that's that. Have the board. The board is 4x4, int, have points, and have shifts. Okay. If I go back to the board, I can go board here, I'm back here. Okay, now this is great about IntelliJ. The second best IDE after IntelliJ, or JetBrains IDEs in general. The thing is that some of JetBrains IDEs are not free. For example, C Lion is not free. I think Golang is not free. So you want to write C or C++ or Go, or I don't know if PyCharm is not free or not. No. But those you have to pay like a subscription. So I have to pay more than once, like once a year, like $100 or even more. That's not great. I would say it's not a great experience, right? So they also have IntelliJ community, and yeah, this is it. So if we go and sort by size of memory, this 1.7 gigabytes is this IntelliJ running. That's just too much. So the second best IDE, as I told you probably before, is Qt Creator. So that works. It's for C and C++, I think. Qt Creator. I don't know. It also supports more languages, but mainly for those. And it's not that good as B, as you saw me going here and then moving back here very easily. That's something that every IDE should have, right? If your IDE, if you're coding an IDE that cannot do this and go back like this, then I don't know how you can do that. I mean, that's like walking everywhere, right? It's tedious. You don't have this. You just, I mean, it's not worth. You have to have this. Once I was working on a Chromium source code. I think it wasn't a huge Java source code. Then I opened it. I was able to open it, I think, in Android Studio, which is based in IntelliJ. In that way, I was able to actually finish that work. Otherwise, I sorry, maybe I'm missing something. How do you do these things when you don't have this control click navigation jumping between variables and declarations and usages and definitions and all that? How do you do that if you don't have these features? I don't know. Please let me know. Uh, okay, so tickers, a state, tile format. So what's game state? Let's see this. Game state, play over victory free play. Oh, what state the game, right? So this is how you read. Code tile format, normal, log, exponent, shift, non-end. To known when to wrap around. Oh, I guess some logic of the game. Go back, we're here. Perf, frame, so it's performance. It's checking how much time it needed to draw a frame, I guess. So the architecture of the app is not very hard, but it's not very simple, not very explained. Some comments explaining the basic architecture of it would be great, would be nice. Yeah, I'll show design document showing how it works would be great as well. But otherwise, I think it's a great game. So it says app, new game. How does it work? How does this work? Okay. App, new game. What's this even means? Do we have a new? We don't have a new game context here. So how are we calling app new game? I don't understand what that means because I don't know a lot of B, of course. But well, apparently what it's doing is the new game function is defined here and has a parameter called app, right? So since we are calling from an object of type app, we can call this game. It will be like passing this parameter. Will that be the same? Let's check. So if I'm not, I'm just guessing here. So will be the same as doing new game app? Will those two do the same? Let's check. This is coding detective right here. Unknown function new game. Okay, unknown function new game. So why I can only access new game if I do it via this app thing? Why is that? Okay. I will ask ChatGPT. Oh. I don't know really. It's a game state. No. Okay. So let's go back. So it's not the same. So it has to be called app new game. Because it cannot find a new game. Well, right? I mean, okay, let's see if ChatGPT can explain this to us. how this Vlang code works. Probably some of you that know Go, it's something that Go. In the provided Vlang code, mute app and new game are used to initialize instance of the abstract and set the new game. Let's break down how these lines work. Mute is used to define a mutable modifiable variable named app. The how's this colon equals is the shared variable declaration syntax in Vlang, which declares and initializes the variable in one step. Ampersand app it creates a new instance of the abstract and returns a pointer to it. This is essentially allocating memory of the app and setting the app variable to point to this newly created instance. So this line initializes a multiple variable app that points a new empty abstract. At this point, app is an empty struct with its values. App new game. App is the variable we create in the previous step which points to the abstract. New game is a method called on the app object. The method is defined for the abstract and is used to start a new game. New game method is not shown in the provided code. It's replaced by the game. Blah 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 blah. Okay. But new game is not defined on the abstract. And I will show the abstract right here. Or so probably I'm missing something. I don't know. Probably I'm being dumb. I don't know. I apologize for the confusion. There is no new game method defined in the abstract. Assuming the new game function is not a global function in your code, as well as the code you provided just a partial snippet, and the implementation is of the new game functionality makes the examples. Okay. New game is indeed a global function, but I don't understand why it is being called in that way. The game function implementation is as follows. Okay, and then we will copy the game function implementation. How? By jumping to new game. Okay. Okay, it says, thank you for providing implementation of new game function. Now it's clear that new game is a method of receiver type app and it's intended to reset the game to start new game. Your initial code snippet, you're creating a mutable instance of abstract using the mute keyboard and initializing with the address of a new app object. Then you call new game method on this instance, which resets the game state and prepares for new game. The pattern of creating mutable instance and struct and then calling its common Vlang method or programming languages. It allows you to work with the methods properties associated with the instance of the struct. In this case, it's used to initialize the start new game struct. Will that be equivalent to doing new game app? Please explain that for someone that comes from a C programming background. Sorry for the typos. Okay, in Vlang, okay, let me read. In Vlang, calling a method on a struct and passing the struct as an argument to a function can achieve similar results, but they have slightly different implication. Calling method, when you call method on a struct, as you did, you're invoking a function that is associated with a specific instance of the struct. The method can access and modify the properties of that instance directly using the mute receiver. In your example, here a new game operates on the app instance and modifies the app instance's properties and initializes a new game. Passing to a function. On the other hand, if you were to pass the app instance to a function like new game app and modify it within that function, you would be working on a copy of the app instance. Any changes made to the copy would not affect the original app instance unless you pass it as a pointer to a mutable reference. Oh, that's new. Probably that exists in Go and other languages that I don't know of. Okay, so if you pass the function and if you do what, in other words, doing in the syntax it's being done by the sample, it changes the original instance, right? Doing in the way I was doing, it will create a copy of that instance and modify that. In your case, is the idiomatic way to reset and initialize a new game using the new game assert. What are other things I should know about Vlang if I am coming from C programming and want to understand the Vlang syntax? What is different from C, like the example we just talked about? Okay, let's see. What are other things I should know about Vlang? If you're coming from a C programming background and want to understand Vlang, there are several key syntax and language features that you should be aware of. Well, Vlang, let me read. Okay. While Vlang shares some similarities with C, it also introduces some different and modern features. Here are some of the notable differences and features to help you get started. First, strong typing and type inference. Vlang is statically typed, which means that variable types are known at compile time. However, it also features type inference, allowing you to omit explicit type declarations when the type can be inferred from the context. So, allows you to omit explicit type declarations when the type can be inferred from the context. For example, you can write x is 42 instead of int x is 42. So it's inferred the type of the variable. No header files. Unlike C, Vlang, I understand the first point, okay? So that's a pass, check. Unlike C, Vlang doesn't use header files. You define and use structure, function, and methods in the same file, which is great. I understand that as well. Built-in slices. Vlang has built-in support for slices, which are dynamic arrays. Slices make it easier to work with collection of data compared to C-style arrays, which are dynamic arrays. Okay, I can understand that. Memory safety. Vlang provides automatic memory management with safe and memory handling. It has no manual memory allocation, deallocation like C. Memory management is handled by the language itself. I think that's optional, right? I don't know. Let me know about that if you know. No null pointers. Vlang does not have null pointers. Instead, it uses a concept called nil, which is safer than null pointers in C. Okay. Garbage collection. Vlang uses garbage collection to manage memory. You don't have to worry about freeing memory manually. I hope ChatGPT is actually open the right information. I think it's mostly doing it right. 7. Concurrency. Vlang has built-in support for concurrency with Go routines and channels, making it easier to write concurrent and parallel code. Error handling. Vlang uses a combination of error types and panic and recover mechanisms for error handling as opposed to C traditional error codes. No global variables. Vlang encourages you to avoid global variables. Instead, you can define module-level variables that are accessible within the module. 10. Built-in string manipulation. Vlang provides built-in string manipulation functions and makes working with strings more convenient than in C. That's good. 11. Custom types and enums. Vlang allows you to define custom types and enums, making your code more expressive and readable. Okay. 12. Structured concurrency. Vlang promotes structured concurrency, which means that concurrency is organized around clear and control structures, making it easier to reason about concurrent code. Okay. Okay. 13. No preprocessor. Vlang doesn't have a preprocessor like C. There is no need for macros. 14. Module system. Vlang uses a module system to organize code. Each file is a module. You can import modules using import. No undefined behavior. Vlang aims to eliminate undefined behavior, which is a common source of bugs in C programs. 16. Standard library. Vlang has a growing standard library that includes various modules for common tasks. While these are some of the key differences and features of Vlang compared to C, there's more to explore as you delve deeper into the language. Vlang is designed with simplicity, safety, and productivity in mind, making it a modern alternative to C for systems programming and other application domains. Okay, got it. I think we have just to keep exploring bit of B. So we'll delete this duplicated line. We go and say OS resource absolute paths from the OS file. So it gets the things we have. Of course, we can spend the whole hour or more understanding this OS file, but well, it kind of works. I mean, it's so me. Linux, macOS, Windows, FreeBSD, OpenBSD, NetBSD, Dragonfly, Android, Termux, Solaris, QNX, Haiku, Serenity, Binix, Termux. Unknown. Okay. Okay, lots of OSs. Oh, I mean, okay, so it's a new world, the B world, coming from someone that uses the most C and B. Also use Java, C++, but okay. So that's basically how these things work. And let's where did we left? Okay, so it creates a new context, a new game. This new context from GG, so there's a graphic context with the renderings, frames, canvas, and all that. All those parameters, colors, background color, whatever you have it here. And yeah, the only thing that I don't like a lot about it is that it uses 80 megabytes of RAM, which I'm not saying it's a lot, but it it would be great if it used like 40, right? I don't know. If you B can do that, just do it. Be developers, I mean. Um. So yeah, we have the struct app, the struct UI, the theme, which consists of a background color, padding color, text color, game over color, picture color, tiles color. So it means we can also here specify and create our own themes. So this is like the default theme. This is the like dark theme. This other is like the other dark theme and all that. Window title is B2048. Let's do something and change the title to EU.codes so that you know that I wrote this. It's not working. It's not working. The window title is not there. Why it's not there? Because it's unused. Interesting. So what is used? B2048. Did we have a find a bug? I don't know. Control F. B2048. So this is the actual window title. EU codes. There you go. EU codes is there. We're understanding this thing. So this other thing that I was looking for was not really there, so we can delete this. Right? So if it's not there, we can just delete it. Performance, board, undo, tile line. Touch info, touch, title format, game state, label kind, direction, average. Nice average function. Transpose, H mirror to left. Oh, all these just move to the left. To left. Move is game over. Update tickers, new game. Check for victory, check for game over, play random tile. New random tile. Oh, so this is the way it creates new random tiles. Modify it to give me higher numbers. Okay. Apply new board, move, prediction, STR. What's this? So, oh, STR. I don't remember what this thing was about. Oh. I see, I see. The syntax is becoming more apparent as I read through it. But this has been a couple of weeks since the last time I was using Go from the last video. So, not very sharp on this anymore. And compared to the other languages that I use more often, like, well, I've used C for years, the same with Java, the same with Kotlin. So those languages are in my head, like written. The syntax of those languages are there. But these new languages, I haven't wrote lots of things. I haven't been frustrated for hours, so that's why the syntax is not recorded in my brain yet. But that's why I'm here. That's what I'm trying to say. So handle tab. So it's not. It's interesting to that that the B provided this, and it's also interesting that it provided graphic games and samples, so that it's very fun to tweak them, right? So that's is the code of this B game 2048 game. That's probably because in 2048 it will be the end of the world because of AI. That's a subliminal message, actually. Okay, so I mean, the conclusion is that B is cool, compiles fast, has these great support for this IntelliJ IDEA IDE. Has great samples. So, in short, a great language. But I don't know how robust it is. I don't know how many bugs it has. I don't know that part. But it's I mean, I haven't tested a new language. The last new language I tested is Kotlin. So I'm not that kind of guy that wants to changes or test every language that is under the sun. I'm interested in better C programming languages, better C, right? And this is the first language I heard of that has the potential of being better, an actual better C. And I think it is quite there. It is about there. Still lots of tests to do. Still lots of code to write. But as I said in another video, so far so good. Yeah, so far so good. So, I think this has been it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope more people can find this channel and let me know about what they think about B, about my videos about B, and all that. So, thanks for watching. Have fun. I see you in the next one.